Hi, my name is Julian Martinez. I'm here as a team member of Team 14 or Launch It to present to you all about our subfunctions and solutions. So our first subfunction is receiving user input. We have 4 different options. We have a trigger function, we have a press to start, press to do whatever button, we have a lever that would be pulled down or pulled up, and we have a crank mechanism. Our second subfunction is how the object is being launched. So we have one being the compressed air. So air to be compressed and then released to launch an object. Your traditional bow string is our second option. Our third is a catapult. And our fourth is a spring. And lastly, a firing pin. So similar to what a weapon would use. So our third subfunction is packing, how it would be packed. So one of our options is that pieces are removable, so you can remove different parts to put it perfectly in the packaging. Our second option is having it to be foldable, so it's on a hinge. Parts of it will fold in on each other, but fold in to make it nice and compact. Now our third option is perfect size, so it perfectly be made so that it fits in perfectly within the packaging. So we came up with 6 solutions to the subfunctions. Our first one being your traditional crossbow, but it can be removable at the center, so it can separate, having removable parts. So you pull the bow back, lock it in, and use the trigger to release. Now our second one is a catapult. You would crank back the catapult. It's the perfect size in the packaging. You crank it back, and when you want to launch the object, you would just release the crank, and it would spin and release it. Now our third is a lever catapult that's folded on itself, so it fits in a smaller. So you would completely crank it. At some point, it would lock in on itself, and you would pull a lever that you would use to release the item. Now our fourth is a button with compressed air. So you would have a compressed air canister, lock it in, make sure everything's working right, and you would press the button when you want to launch the projectile. This has removable parts, so the canister is removable and other parts of the item is. Now our fifth option is a crank bowstring, so very similar to a removable crossbow as the parts are removable, but you crank back the string itself, and then when you want to launch the object, you release the crank and it shoots out. Now our last solution is the lever spring that is foldable. So you'd use a lever to pull back on a spring, put the item in place, and when you're ready to launch it, let go of the lever and it would shoot it out. This has ends on the bottom that is foldable. Thank you for listening to my presentation.